Hi, welcome. I'm Mary Reddick, and I am guessing you are here if you are dealing with a form of dysautonomia or another nervous system disorder, like painful neuropathy, MS, Parkinson's, all of these conditions. I personally dealt with dysautonomia myself for over 12 years. And when I got healthy, I went into practice and have been working with all conditions throughout my whole very prosperous career. However, when COVID hit, numbers of dysautonomia cases went from very rare to over 70 million. And I made a very big decision, a very heart-centered decision, to give my private practice away and work full-time on getting a program developed that other practitioners and individual people who are sick with dysautonomia can use on their own. There was no question that there was not going to be enough time or enough of me to get out to everyone. So while working with training practitioners over the last several years, we have been developing a huge online resource for anyone dealing with this condition. It has over 900 videos that I have filmed on different questions that you may have, different things you might want to know about supplements, medication, FAQs. We also have a 12-week program that goes along with this. So while working with clients throughout all of these years, I've seen patterns. I've seen patterns of who succeeds and who doesn't. And I've been continuously refining and refining and refining this program to get to the highest remission rates possible. Ideally, I'm going for 100%. So until we get it perfect, we're still refining. But of course, that comes down to you and what you put into it. So it's a marriage of the two of us, the knowledge, the items that need to be brought in, and the work put forth and the consistency, really consistency. Because of that, I've built a lot of support into this program. Now, my end goal is to get this to where you all don't need a support staff. But right now, we're getting the highest remission rates with having our practitioners meet with you 4 times a week through this 12-week program. This keeps you accountable and consistent while dealing with a disabling condition that is anything but consistent, right? So how do we do this? Well, we have a few different focuses. When you first come in, you'll get a lot of information for your family, a video on that, but also I built into the program a weekly lifestyle item that needs to be brought in to retrain the nervous system, the limbic system, retrain your hormones to produce at the correct time, right? If you're seeing this, I'm guessing your sleep has been pretty rotten since you got sick. And a lot of that comes down to our hormones, our sleep hormones like melatonin, but also the ones that need to be produced in the morning, like cortisol and serotonin and dopamine. So all of the lifestyle things that I've built in have to do with rewriting that circadian clock and your overall hormonal clock while we work on the microbiome through the diet, while we work on the limbic system to get at the parasympathetic, sympathetic balance, the breath work. All of it is very, very strategic. So while you may have tried a few of these things in the past, what I've really found working through the years with thousands of people is that it is the combination of all the different factors built in with the consistency and the patience that gets you there. So why do I have it for 3 months? I don't expect you to get better in 3 months. Of course, a lot of people do, but I certainly didn't. The 3-month period is to get through the hardest time while you're rebuilding, well, actually building the habits to get you to your end goal. For me personally, it took 6 months before I started to see symptom improvement, but I was in full remission at 12 months. I don't know about you all, but to me, that was pretty fast. So these 3 months are not to hold your hand through the whole process, but to teach you everything you need to know so that you can do it on your own. This is used in conjunction with any kind of medical system you are in now, alongside your doctor. I am not a doctor, I am a nutritionist, so I am not going to be telling you to take medication, to not take medication. None of that gets in the way of what we do. I personally took medication when I was sick, and it's never a problem. So who do I have working on the team? Almost everyone working on the team has been one of my clients in the past, to include my business partner, who does all the things that aren't health related, right? Which is quite a bit. So everyone working on my team, or almost, has worked with me in the past and is now in remission from their conditions. why do I do that? I do that because it's my firm belief that unless you've been through it, you really don't know. You really don't know what it's like. And it's very difficult to give advice from a place of consistent health when you haven't been so humbled yourself. So, with this, because it is such a hard journey and it's such a lonely, isolating journey, I've built in a community aspect. It's almost impossible to heal when you're by yourself. So I brought in the community so that you can meet other people like you, so that you can know that your symptoms are not unique, although they're unique to this cluster of conditions. They're not unique, and you can take them less personally. Alongside making new friends, and I will tell you they're very deep, alongside of that, you will have a whole mythology to pull you through. It was really Herculean for me to get over this myself. And that was with having a supportive family, having very good doctors. It was truthfully gutting to heal from this condition. And so I wanted to bring all of you some things, many of the things that really helped me to get in the right mindset to go through this journey, right? Because the reality is it's hard when you're sick and it's hard to heal. So for me, I wanted to choose the hard that would get me to a place of ease and a nice life again. So built into this is just oodles of information. I have it parceled by week so that you don't get overwhelmed. So I've really learned through group after group after group what information needs to be given when so that you get what you need without being overwhelmed. Later in the program, you get far more deep into the knowledge if you want to go. So I have a whole section called Knowledge is Power, where we dive into the science and the studies of the microbiome, of the limbic system, of all sorts of different systems of the body, your immune system, and why what we're doing is built for rebuilding those systems. So if you're someone who really likes to know the why, and that's very motivating, we have that for you. But it's not a requirement that you go through that when you're so sick. I also bring in virtues of character. So I found in working with so many thousands of people that it's the people that look at this as a challenge and something to learn from that go into remission. And so I've built those things into the program as well, so that even if you're not there, you get there as you're going through the program. So each day or each week rather, has a different virtue that we cultivate. That alongside with the lifestyle, the community, and the diet sets you a very big foundation for going forward. But I don't just leave you there. So I actually give you all the instructions in this program that you could possibly need in the next 2 years as you go along this journey. So I give you guides as to when to move on from the diet, when to switch, what to do when you hit remission, and how to live from that point on. So I've really tried to give you literally every single thing you could possibly need as you go through this journey. So I hope that you sign up. And if you do, I cannot wait to see your testimonial video at the end.